Hello, welcome to Life with Ree. You guys are catching it live today. And once you hop on, if you guys will go ahead and give me some hearts so I know that you guys are here, that would be awesome. And if you're catching that replay, if you want to go ahead and hashtag replay in the comments, that way I know that you guys stopped by. And if you're new to hanging out, if this is your first time, I want to say welcome. My name is Cherie, but you can call me Ree. And today we're just going to hop in and get some makeup going, get ready for the day. So I'm getting ready to add our Glorious Touch Face Primer. And we want to just apply this everywhere. This is going to be our base for our makeup and help everything stay. I'm going to grab a little bit more. My skin has been a little dry. I probably should have opted for our hydrating primer, but it's not out. And you just want to apply this all over. And before we get going any further, I'm going to clip my hair back. Because I always do this. It's always in my face. So let's get it back really fast. Whew, that looks weird. Let's do it again. Let's get some up here. And it was uncomfortable. All right, that looks even more weird, but we'll play with it because it won't stay like that. So today we are going to use the Addiction 3 palette. And this palette is going to have all of your cool like tones, like your pinks, your purples, stuff like that. And I'll give you guys a little look. Obviously, this color is my favorite because you can see I hit pan like a long time ago. I use it all the time. So we're going to use that today. And that is part of this month's bundle, which I'll talk about in a little bit as I get closer to that. And I'm going to go in with a different foundation today. We're going to use our liquid foundation. And I have my beauty blender, or my beauty sponge. It's not that brand. All right, so we're just going to take it, and it comes in like one of these things, and we're just going to take some, and we're going to put it on our hand. And I think I'm using the color Taffeta today, which is more of my color. Because I was using Chiffon in the stick foundation, and that's more of like my tan color. But if you blend it out, you can't really tell. And I haven't self-tanned, if you can tell. Hi, Kelly! All right, so we're gonna go ahead and I just I put it on my hand and then I just like scoop it up, if you can see. There it is. On my beauty sponge, and then we just start working it in. Let me change this light. I hope you guys can see me well because I dropped my phone yesterday and it cracked right over the little camera part. And I'm like, great. And on my end, I see kind of just like a weird glare, but hopefully we are going to need some more of that stuff. There we go. And let me see what color I am using. Yep, it's Taffeta. I was right. And just like every other foundation, you want to make sure that your sponge is damp. I just run it under the sink for like a quick second, and then I just squeeze out the extra water, and then I'm ready to go. But you just want to get this all over. And this is also buildable. It's pretty good coverage though. You don't need a ton. But depending on what you like and what you normally do, you can add or take away as much of this as you want. But it covers really well. Like, I don't know if you can see all that. Like, it looks... And it's like butter. This is probably my hands down favorite foundation. I do love the stick foundation. They're both my favorite. I feel like everything's my favorite though. But this is like butter. It's great. I'll probably use a stick foundation more in the summer when it's hot. That way I don't need some. Maybe even BB cream. BB cream's good for like those hot, humid days. All right, so we have that on. Let me turn on my mirror light over here because I can't really see. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna go in with our velour concealer. And we're just gonna get some on our finger. And this is our Skin Perfecting Concealer. And I'm just gonna apply it. I have it on my fingers and I have got quite a bit actually. I don't think I'll need this much. And we're just gonna put it under there. And these blend so well together. This concealer actually blends really well with any foundation. I've used it with Maybelline foundation, with Smashbox, with a lot of the different foundations that I have. And we're just gonna put some there. I'm gonna go back in and grab just a little bit more so I can do the rest. Put a little there. All right, and we'll get some up here. All right, that's perfect. So we're gonna go right back in with that sponge and we're gonna blend away. And you shouldn't have to do too much. Now you can make your under eyes as bright as you want because that's why we put the concealer there, is to brighten it up. And then our translucent powder is gonna help that. So if you'd like to make it brighter, you could go, because my concealer is, I think, 1 shade lighter than this foundation. So it's not going to be super bright, but I could go a little bit brighter if I wanted to really make it pop and stand out. But I usually do that on like date nights when I actually have something to do. So now we're going to go in with that translucent powder, and we're just going to, it's all dropping on me again. Hold on, I got to get a good amount. There we go. All right, so you're going to just grab a good amount. And we're just going to put it on there. Get some more. Now, I do not normally like to bake. I kind of keep this here, which I guess it could be considered baking. I kind of just keep that there for a couple seconds while I set the rest of my face. But I don't keep it for a long period of time to really let it soak up all the oils and really make it pretty under our eyes. I just don't ever think about it really. And most of the time if I'm doing my makeup, besides on a live, I'm in a hurry and I'm trying to just get myself done. All right, so we just have a little bit of that. Now we're gonna go in with a fluffy brush. Hang on. I want a big fluffy brush. All right, and we're just gonna grab, hold on you guys, where'd it go? There it is. We're just gonna grab some powder. You could use the translucent powder too if you wanted to set your face. Just take the big fluffy brush and get some on there. But I just take, this is just my Maybelline Fit Me in 320. It's pretty dark, but I like it because I like to just go around and just set everything. And then I go back in with a smaller fluffy brush and brush off the extra powder that we had sitting there. But I didn't really add enough to what I consider baking is. Yeah, that's good. All right, now we're gonna go in, and this stuff will not move. And that's, I like it too because that's what our primer, any primer, helps do. Are you serious? I cannot open this. It was like stuck. So I'm gonna go in with with bronzer. This is Hermosa, and I just take a brush. You can use an angled brush. If you're not used to contouring your face, I would say like a blush brush would be good to start with, or just an angled brush that you find at the store. mine kind of get all misshaped because I use them for whatever, but this is usually my go-to contour, and I just get that product. And then when you contour, you want to go in the hollows of your cheeks. So a good rule that I follow is like at the top of your ear down, and you can kind of see where my natural shadow already is, like right in there, like there, you can see that pretty good. And that's where you want your contour to lay. And this is a little bit lighter than some of my other contour that I do. And you can clean it up. It's not going to stay like this if you're like, holy cow, that's going to look messy. I promise we're going to clean it up. It's going to look perfect. And you can go in with a heavy hand. You don't have to add, like, it's whatever you want. So once I get my cheeks good, then I want to start going on my face. And I start just getting that, and you want to just follow your hairline around, like around everywhere. And then I go back in just to get a little bit more. And then this is where you want to blend it down on like your jawline and your neck. You can go as far. Like if I was wearing a tank top, I blend my concealer, or not my concealer, my bronzer like down. Especially if I don't self-tan. Like right now I'm not self-tan, so I just blend it down. All right. And then if you want, you can just go take, I'll show you with a little brush. You just want to get a little bitty brush, something simple, and get some of that product on there. And then you can do your nose. You just want to do the sides of your nose. I don't do this a ton. I do it really quickly with that same brush that I use to, see, look at how, if you can see it. This light is driving me nuts, if you can see that. And you just get it there. Because I don't really care to reshape my nose. This is a great way once you learn how to do it. Like give yourself like a fake nose job, which we don't really need. But if your nose is an insecurity, it's definitely easy to just do. And then, I'll show you another trick. I don't know what I just said. Something to do. You just want to grab a light powder. And I go back to those old sponges that like I used when I was a teenager. They look like this. And then I use this, the little bitty part here. And you just want to get a really light powder. This is another Maybelline, and this is 110. So this is really light compared to that 320 I just used. And you just take it, and you just get it in the middle. And that you might want to bake for just a second. I mean, bake, I don't know if that's the right word to use for this, but you just sort of sit it there like that for a second, and that will get your lighter colors up there and help separate what you just tried to contour, put the shadow on, so your nose would appear smaller. It'll just help it out a little bit. I don't even know if you can see that. Like I can see, it's pretty good, but I don't normally do my nose because I don't really think I need it. All right, now that we did that, we are gonna go in with a little blush. I'm grabbing my favorite blush ever, and it is the Physicians Formula blush. I can't talk today, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. So it just looks like this. You can get it at almost any store that's near you. And I go in with, this is the angled brush, just probably my favorite blush brush. And you just get some, and you want to just pop it on. And there we go. And another trick, and I'm just taking that fluffy brush and just blending everything back out. And another trick, if you want to clean up your lines, grab that same powder, whatever shade powder, whatever brand you want to use. You grab that and that sponge again, And you just get, or you can go in with the sponge that you used for your foundation. I like grabbing these because I feel like I can do a better line. So you see where our bronzer ended. If you want to make that more clean, then just get your product there and just go down like that. And we'll just let that sit for a minute. The bronzer I used today really isn't super dark, at least for my skin tone. If you had a lighter skin tone than me, it could be too dark. I don't know. We just have to play with it. But if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to message me. I usually get back to my messages pretty quickly if you have any questions on anything, whether it's on the products that I'm using or if it's on a technique. I mean, ask away. We are totally good. All right, now we have our face done, and we are going to go in with our eyes. I'm using our Addiction 3 palette, and it's our cool purples and pinks. So it's all of these colors. Obviously, I said this earlier, like this is probably my favorite. I've already hit pan on it. I hit pan a long time ago. I use it all the time. And this is in our bundle this month. You get this and your eyeliner and a mascara. And the mascara, we have our Epic or Epic 4D. The Epic 4D is really popular. That's a really popular product. I personally like just the original Epic. I just like what it does for my lashes. The 4D is not bad. And there's also a waterproof one. I like the Epic. I don't know why. Everybody just has their go-tos. And the pencils, I will show you. I'm going to use everything today, so I will show you what you can do. That's not the right brush I want. But you get all 3 of those for $79 this month. And we have 7 palettes that you can choose from. This is palette 3. This is probably my favorite. But I also like other ones. Like 1 is good, 6 is good. Those are probably all my go-tos. All right, so we are taking Determined. It is this right here. It's like a light gray purpley color. And this is going to be our crease color. Now you just want to get a nice fluffy brush. Make sure our eyes are good. All right. This is just going to be our crease color. It doesn't have a ton of pigment. It's fairly light. You can see a little color on there. But I just want something as a base. I was thinking about using the pink, Tickled, but I think this is what I want more. So we're going to grab some more of that and we're really going to pop it on there. I'm going to build it up a bit. And something else that I always do for a base, if I'm not using any of my shadows in my palettes or whatever I'm using, your bronzer. Whatever bronzer you use is a great crease base. It'll just help everything blend. All right, so we have that on there now. And I said earlier, hopefully you guys can like see me good. Like when I'm looking, I dropped my phone yesterday. And it landed right on that little camera. And so there's a couple of cracks through it. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to show up weird or not. So hopefully I'm not. But on my end, it just shows like really weird glares. And I don't know if it's my lights or what it is. All right, now that we have that, and it doesn't matter that it's not clean or pretty, because we're going to fix it up. This is just our first shade that we're going to use. So you have that. And I take that same fluffy brush, and this is our unique blending brush that I'm using. This is probably my favorite out of all my brushes. Even brushes I get from like Ulta or Sephora. This is my favorite blending brush by far. It's big, it's fluffy, and it does the job well. So now let's go in with Tickled. I did not plan this makeup look out. Sometimes I do. I'm like, okay, I want to do this look. This will be cute. But like today, I'm like, nope, I know what palette I want to use. So let's just hop into it and get it done. So we're going to take Tickled and we're just going to put it, I'm using that same brush. And we're not going to go as high as we took, what is it called? Determined. I am the worst at memorizing eyeshadow names. I can never do it. Even if it's my favorite, I'm just like, oh, it's that pink one. All right, so we're just gonna, I can remember brands that I like who makes the shadows, but the names, not so much. So what's today? Today's Wednesday. And I was looking at my calendar earlier this week because I said that I'm going to try to go live every Thursday. And last Thursday I couldn't because I became an aunt again. And I am so excited. Those babies are amazing. And my sister is doing great. The babies are still in the NICU. But they are doing wonderful, the doctors say. So I'm so excited. I can't wait till they can come home. And I haven't even been able to hold them yet because they have all the tubes and stuff on them still. And I just cannot wait to like hug them, like squish them, like hold the babies. That's like my favorite part of brand new babies. I'm just like, oh, I just want to squeeze you and cuddle. So that happened last week. And then this week, we have, sorry, I'm just still blending that Tickled into there. I just keep building it. And this week we have doctor's appointments tomorrow. It's nothing crazy. We're just going in for checkups and stuff. So I'm like, well, I'm going to be at the doctor's office at 11 and I don't really think I can go live over there. They'll all look at me like I'm crazy. All right. So we added the Determined in our crease and then we added Tickled on top of that, which it took away a lot of the Determined, but that's okay. And then we're going to go in, let's use Cheeky. Cheeky is this purpley shimmer color. We are going to go in with that. That's going to be really pretty. I normally don't do your shimmers. So it looks like this. And I go in with all my shimmers on my finger. You can use a brush. Let me see if I have one laying out. Any brush. This would be a good brush for shimmers. Just something that looks like this. And if you spray it with like some setting spray would probably work best. Just get it a little damp and then go in there. It's going to help keep that shimmer in place and keep it nice and pretty. But I like using my finger because I don't like a lot of shimmer. And shimmer usually has some fallout and I hate it when I have glitter everywhere else. It drives me nuts. I almost want to always wash off my makeup and start over. And that sounds ridiculous, I know. But I just don't like, I feel like I'm 13 again. Because when I was like 13, I was all about the glitter. So if you guys can see what I'm doing, I'm just taking that and just putting it straight on my lid. Let me grab a mirror close. I didn't take this thing off. That's weird. See, you can, if I don't know if my camera's picking up, but I definitely already have some fallout. And what I like about these shadows is they're so blendable. You do not have to be an expert at shadows. You can do simple, like I've used 3. This is my 3rd one. And we just sort of layered them. And we haven't blended anything out to be pretty up there yet. But you don't have to be a pro. You'll become a pro once you keep doing it. But makeup is just one of those things that you got to practice at. And the more you practice and figure it out, you get better. Because there are still some things I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. And then I just start playing with it and I'm like, oh, that wasn't so hard. All right, so we have a good amount there. Get all that extra off. We are gonna go in with that blending brush we grabbed first for our first 2 shadows. And I always just keep a towel and I just sort of like swirl my brush. It's gross. It looks so dirty right now. And I just get as much of that product off because I'm going in to blend it right now. So how's everybody's Wednesday morning going? Mine is going actually pretty great. I got all the kids off to the buses, and I took some to school, some were buses. And then, because we have 3 different schools everybody goes to in this house, and it's nuts. Mornings are just nuts. And when you blend, you're probably, like, I blended this probably a little too much, so I'm going to have to go back in with some color in a minute, but it's not a big deal. And you probably saw me use my finger again. I make sure I use a clean finger if I can, but my typical, I always go in with my ring finger. And now I'm not. But I just sort of blend it from my eyebrows because it always gets so harsh, and I feel like blending just takes forever because you're just back and forth, just the windshield wiper motion. And I get really aggravated. I'm like, no, just be done already. All right, we're going to go back in with Tickled. That's that pink. And we're just going to add it to the top. And you can definitely make this maybe more smoked out. You can make it smokier with the black that's in this palette. And add, which I'm not going to do today, but I was just thinking you could add the, and that's all we're going to do for our eyeshadow. I couldn't think, but you could take that black right here and you could get a brush, probably any eyeshadow brush like this, and you could go in and do the backward C and blend that out so it's real dark. There, sorry, I had some fallout and it'll drive me nuts. And while we're thinking about it, we can wipe that away now. But you can go in with the black, make it smokier, and then bring it down. But I'll be honest, I don't wear a lot of black eyeshadow anymore. I used to. Every now and again I will if I'm going out with like my friends or if we're having date night, something like that. I'll do a smoky eye, do something fun. But most of the time I will use this for my eyeliner. Something that I've started doing, and I'll do it in another makeup video, but I'll tell you about it now, is I will use just like a liquid liner and I'll put it on my top, and I'll just take like an angled brush, not necessarily the same angled brush because this is my eyebrow one, but just an angled brush, and I'll dip it in to the shadow and then put it over my liner, like when the liner's wet and everything, like I don't let it dry, and then it kind of gives it more of a smoky look, and I love that. And you don't have to just do it with like your black shadows or anything. I would do it with this, like if it was nighttime and I was going out somewhere, that would make it really, really pretty. And then you can even bring it down, like the black to have your liner, like your eyeshadow black to have your liner, and that's so pretty. I don't ever use liquid liner on my bottom anymore, ever. I can't stand it. I think it's because I can feel it. I used to wear it all the time. That was like my choice, was all my liners. All right, let's see. What am I going to do now? Now we are going to add our lashes. I just bought some new ones, and I was really sad because I was going to order them off of Amazon, but they wouldn't have been here in time for today, so I just ran to the store to get some, and they didn't have my wispies. So I'm using, what are these? These are just, there's Ardell Natural lashes. And I'm just getting them off. I bought a pack that comes with a lot. And I always gotta figure it out. Where are they at? Do I not have any? Because I forgot. I would have had this already prepared. But I forgot. Well, because I would usually cut them. Give me 1 second, you guys. So let's chit chat. How are you guys today? I'm trying to find some, I found some. Just some little scissors so I can cut these and shape them to my eyes. Because I feel like the lashes that they give you are just, like, look at that. That's obnoxiously long. Like, I don't need that long of lashes. So I don't measure it to my eye. I kind of know what to do now. And I just take the lash, and this lash will go to this eye, and I'm just going to cut it right there. And I just cut, if it'll get off, I cut like, I don't even know if you can see it. Like itty bitty. See those little lashes? I just cut that much off. And I do it to both of them. I've just never been one to have them super long. I've tried it and I just think I look goofy, so I just don't do it. All right, so we are gonna take those lashes. That's weird. And we are gonna get our glue, and we are gonna hop in and glue these on. And you do not need a lot of glue. I use the Lash Grip glue, and it is white. They do have a black or a clear glue that you can use. I'm not sure if it's in this brand. I know Ardell does. But I like the white. It dries clear. You can't see it. I hate the black one because I feel like the black almost is like a liner, and then if you mess up, it's a mess. All right, so we have our lash, and we're just gonna let it dry for just a second because you want the glue to be kind of tacky, like almost dried, so then when you apply it, it's not gonna move. So you just want to hang on to it. My makeup, if you guys could see my makeup table right now, it is so messy. All right, this should be okay. I got a lot of stuff on my lips. That's weird. That's gonna drive me nuts. All right. The glue should be good. I just gotta grab it in my tweezers the right way. So this is our left eye. And I didn't curl my real lashes first. You just want to go in with these. And you kind of just want to like, there we go. And you want to get it as close to your natural lash line as possible. And I know lashes scare some girls because they are hard. I'm making sure you guys can see. They are hard to apply when you first start getting used to it. And it does feel kind of funny. It almost feels like heavy on your eyes. But once you get used to it, that feeling goes away. And then you're fine. All right, so I have that lash on. I love wearing lashes. Do you guys wear lashes? I've tried the magnetic ones. Those are hard. Like, I've watched tutorials and like girls on YouTube. I even have some friends that wear the magnetic ones that have like the top and bottom. I look crazy. I cannot get them in place. Does anybody wear any lashes like that? I've not tried the new lashes that I've heard of, or I don't know how really new they are, but where you put the liner on and the liner's magnetic and then you just like put your lashes on top. I'm kind of interested in those, but I don't wear liner all the time. So I'm like, why get that if I'm not gonna wear liner? All right, so we have that. We're just gonna let this get a little tacky. All right, we're gonna go in, get real close. Let's get this little guy down. Oh! And you guys probably see that glue. Like, I promise it will dry clear. Oh, these front parts. Like, every lash I ever get, like, hate me. On these front little, the inner part of my eye. I feel like they never want to sit right. I might have to do this over. Please, no. Yes, I am. Sometimes they just don't want to work with you. And I might have added not enough glue. So I've been wearing lashes forever and I still mess up all the time. And I'm like, crap, I gotta do it over again. But those little corner pieces, they never want to stay down. Like, once I get them down, they're fine. But they never, ever want to stay down. So while we're letting that go, I'm just going to make sure that's all blended. I haven't worn purple shadow in a while. And so when I look at myself, I'm like, whoa. Because I'm pretty boring with shadows. I like to keep it super, super simple. I go to like my pinks or my mauves and then my browns. Every now and again, I'll do something fun, but I mean, I'm really boring. Really boring. And it might just be the season that I'm in right now. Like, when my kids were younger, that was my go-to thing, was to do my makeup. And I would make the time, like during nap time, I'd be like, oh, I'm going to do like a cut crease, or I'm going to do this, or, I mean, I would spend a lot of time on my makeup. My goodness. But now that they're old, I don't know, like, I just feel it's the season. Maybe it's not even with my kids, it's just me, and I'm just out of that season of doing all the crazy stuff. Or whatever. All right, so we're gonna let that one sit. This one should be good, and it feels really light. So we're gonna go curl them. And when you curl your lashes, you wanna make sure, because I've done it, to where I don't get all of my lashes in there, and then it's like really weird. So you wanna get in there and curl it, and curling it is gonna help help it get your real lashes and the fake ones like together. And we're not done. We're gonna go in with some mascara, because I wear mascara even on my false lashes. I know it takes the life down and you're not able to get as many uses out of them, but I think like if I left it right now, I would feel like incomplete. That's a good way to put it. So while we're waiting on this eye, where did I put it at? While we're waiting on that eye, we are gonna go in, and this is our liner. This is one of those. This is a product that's part of this month's bundle with the one of the palettes, the Addiction palettes, and a mascara. And I'm gonna go in with black. I kind of want to use white, because if you put white on your waterline, that'll make your eyes pop, but I cannot find my white, so I might have to reorder one. But this is just the black, right? Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. It's black. And I'm gonna take that right on my waterline. Whoop. And I don't need a ton, just a little to make it pop. Because sometimes I like my eyes to be really dark, so I'll just go in a lot. But if you can see, it's just a little difference, just pulls it together a little bit more than this eye. But we'll go ahead and add this while that glue is still drying, because I don't trust this eye. I feel like it's going to give me problems. But maybe not. Maybe I'll be surprised. All right. Perfect. So we're just adding a little bit there. Now let's go, really, I'm dropping everything on me now. Now we're gonna go get this lash. And that glue is not quite dry all the way because I can still see the white in there, but all right, so we curled them. Now I'm gonna go grab my Epic mascara and get some. Let me grab my mirror again, because this mirror that I have sitting over here, it's super nice and it lights up, but it's not really doing anything for me today. You guys see what that did? Like, it makes it, I love it. Like, it just gives it just enough. And you can definitely add as much as you want. Because if I'm not wearing falsies, I put on a lot of mascara. I like my mascara. But I've been liking wearing lashes lately because when I had to go with only lashes because I was out of mascara, I was like, oh, this is fun. I haven't done this in a long time. So now I'm back in my little habit of all these baby hairs, all these flyaways are all everywhere. So you just want to add. You guys see that? It looks awesome. So you kind of get the effect of what it does to like your real lashes. These are obviously fake because you just saw me put them on, but it helps so much and it just brings, it's awesome. So we have just a little bit of liner and I'm going to go ahead and do my bottom. I forgot to do my bottom lashes. And I don't like adding a ton of mascara to my bottom lashes. I think just a little goes a long way with that. And in the summertime, I will hardly wear mascara on my lashes. And I would love to get lash extensions, but I just cannot. Like, the price I feel like is outrageous. And I would rather splurge on other things than just eyelash extensions. Even though it sounds so wonderful to just like get up and go, I can't. All right, so now that I'm seeing myself up close, I'm gonna just take that fluffy brush, make sure everything's pretty and blended. All right, so that's our eyes. That's as good. I feel like that's like kind of weird. So we have our eyes done. We are almost done, you guys, I promise. We are going to take the a la mode Benevolent highlight. So it looks like this. It's so pretty. And it just gives you like just enough on your cheeks. So we're just going to go right here. And you just want to add some. Do you see the little shimmer? My blush that I use, the Butter Blush from Physicians Formula, also has a little bit of like a sparkle to it. So that helps a lot with a highlight. I feel like you can see it. I can see it better on this side than I can on this side. And then you always want to add some to your nose. Get that really cute. Add it up here. And then add it to the Cupid's bow. All right, and then I take just a little bit and I kind of like brush it up here just to give me a little something. All right, go over everything one more time. And actually, if you want your eyes to pop a little bit more, we'll open this back up. There's actually a pretty shadow you could use. I don't see it out. But we're going to take just a little on our finger. hang on. I don't ever take these little, like, I don't know, the little film off of my mirrors because I never use my mirrors because I just do my makeup at home. Or wherever I'm doing it, I have a big mirror. And you can just pop this in the corner. If you need to use a brush, that's totally fine. But if you just add just enough, like the difference, like see where that pops a little bit? And this is just going to open up our eyes. Just a little bit more. And there we go. And that was, it's pretty easy. When I do see my makeup up close, I probably could go in with that purple shimmer again, the Cheeky, and you could add a little bit more to your eyes to just make it pop a little. And if you don't want to use a shimmer, if you're kind of more like me and you don't always go to a shimmer, you can definitely, I mean, most of this palette is your shimmers. So it's kind of weird that I say this is my favorite, but I'm just obsessed with like the Tickled, and I do like this shimmer. It's so pretty when it's on. I kind of do like a rose gold look. I sort of went with a purpley look today because of my shirt. It might look more pink. I don't know, but it's like a lavender. And that's it. And where's my makeup setting spray? And then I didn't do my lips, you guys. I almost forgot. How did I forget that? What lip should we use today? Let's use this. Where's my lipstick? Let's use that. All right. I cannot believe I almost forgot my lips. I probably would have got off and been like, what did I do? All right, so I'm using Pouty. I think I'm focused on all the errands I have to run later. Because I make like mental notes in my head. I'm just like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And this is gonna sound so crazy, but our post office in town, I have to run there today. And our post office in town is so small, and the parking lot sucks. And I'm just like, I hate the parking lot so bad. So I always try to time it right to when I know not a lot of people are gonna be there. So that's in my mind today. I'm like, okay, you gotta make it. It's like small town problems. All right. So I overlined a little bit. Just to give the appearance. And if you guys want, another cool trick that you could do is take your bronzer when you're doing all your contour stuff and whatever. If you just take that little angled brush when you're doing your nose and everything, and you just sort of pop a bit down here, it's gonna help give the illusion. I didn't do my brows. You guys, what am I doing? I'm like, I'm not here right now. I feel really crazy. All right, I'm gonna slow down and like try not to think about my errands because I'm like, something looks off. And I'm like, my brows aren't done. I'd have freaked. All right, so now we're gonna go into Upscale. Go in with Upscale. It's our lipstick. And it just sort of goes over that liner that we used, and it'll blend out really nicely. And this is a pretty pink, And if you're not a big fan of wearing like all the colors, I totally get it. You can tone this down with a little concealer if you'd like. Let's grab some. And you just need a little, and it'll kind of give it that ombre effect. I've also used like a little bit if I have been in a pinch and like in my car, because sometimes I'll carry like my powder in my car or my purse, and if I'm in my car and I'm like, oh no, I like don't like this lip look, then I just go in with even a little powder. You can kind of like matte it down and make it look different. So you just add a little bit and it'll just give it that ombre look. I cannot believe I almost got off of here with no lips and no eyebrows. And you just play with it till you have like what you want. And then you can even go in, which I'm kind of feeling like a gloss today. This is our Lucrative lip gloss in Lucid. It's a really pretty, like, kind of looks pinky purple in the bottle. And since we're going with like the purples and the pinks today, why not? So we have our lips done. This just feels like it's loose. And now we gotta go into our brows. All right, let's do this. Where is... I wanted my pomade, and I'm not seeing it here. I have... Oh, here it is. Because I was gonna use our Unique Brow Trio, or brow, not trio, our brow palette, but this is like almost gone and it's drying out. It's my Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade, so it's like I want to kind of just use this till it's gone, because I'm scared that if I don't finish it, it's just gonna like dry up and go bad, and we don't want that. So you just need to take a spoolie and you want to brush your brows up. And I trimmed mine yesterday. Mine were getting a little funky. And I'm not real big into like how everybody, like the trend with your eyebrows now. I like mine to be where I want them. And my eyebrows do grow really fast. I mean, I've plucked them away when I was younger, but the eyebrow that's still there, it does grow really fast. So I like trim it. So it looks good. But that's all just personal preference. Because there's always going to be those trends that you like hop on board with that are kind of fun. And then there's the ones where you're like, what? Like, I don't want to do that. And brows is just one I'm not hopping on board with. I mean, I'll fill them in. I guess that's a trend because years ago, nobody was talking about doing their brows really. I mean, brow pencils and everything was out. Like, you could buy it, but it wasn't anything anybody, like, talked about. So when I'm doing my brows, I just sort of outline them. And then I just sort of figure out the shape. And today we're doing it kind of just different. I feel like I'm just off since I almost forgot to do them. So I'm like, oh, I feel off. Maybe it's just in my head and I need to get out of my head. That's what my husband would say. He's like, everything's fine. Just get out of your head. So maybe I'll just listen to him when he tells me that all the time. All right. And when I get closer to the inside, I just don't go as heavy. I use more of a lighter hand. And I just leave that. I'm going to brush it back out though because it seems a little bit different. Make sure I got the look that I want. And then we're going to go in. See what the difference is when you add your brows, what it makes. And if you're not used to doing your brows, I understand that it looks like weird at first. Because when I first started using this stuff and filling in my brows, I was like, oh my gosh, I look so weird. Like, nobody look at me. But now I would freak out. If I would have looked in the mirror in my car when I was running errands, I probably would have freaked out and been like, oh my gosh, I didn't do my brows. All right, so we brush those up. There's like a little piece right here that doesn't want to like get filled in, and it's... All right, so we're gonna grab some more of that pomade. And I prefer a pomade over a pencil because I feel like a pencil just doesn't define them as well. Now you can sharpen your pencils and you can like really get them really good. There's like a very fine like fuzz, and I don't want that. Because actually some of my friends use pencils and I'm like, how'd you do that with a pencil? Like, mine just doesn't look right. So I just go to the pomade, and I've just learned how to do what I do. But I keep thinking about also that white eyeliner. Like, that would have looked so pretty. It would have just opened it up more, and I could have added a little bit more, maybe mascara on, oops, I just hit my table, on the bottom, and it would have just made my eyes pop so much more. And it would have been pretty for like a day look. So you just want to get this shape. And one thing, not to get aggravated, because I used to get so aggravated at my eyebrows, is to remember that they are sisters. They are not twins. Like, they're just not going to look, unless you get them professionally done. I do not get mine professionally done. So if you get them professionally done, I would say they would look like twins. Or at least as close to that as possible. But if you're like me and you do your brows on your own, don't go crazy. And I'm sure, even now that I'm thinking about it, professionals might even have a hard time getting them like absolutely perfect, because that's just, it's so hard. But I don't know. I've never had it done, and I don't even know anybody that does brows. Well, I guess I do. Take that back. Sorry, yes I do. Because they're going to be like, what? You know I do brows. So yes, I do. But I'm just not that trusting. Sorry. It's not to knock anybody. It's just, it's like my hair. I cut my own hair, and I probably shouldn't say that. I'm actually getting ready. I haven't been to a salon or let anybody else cut my hair, well, since Gabe was little. So almost 7 years. I got my hair cut one time, and I was just like, you did not give me what I asked for. I didn't want it that short. And I remember sitting in the car and I'm like, I'm never letting anybody cut my hair again, ever. And I haven't. Now recently, sorry guys, I'm trying to find like my brow gel. I don't see it, so we might not use it today. I've been thinking about it, getting my hair cut, because I kind of want to get it colored. But I don't know. Now I'm going to go in with my Behold setting spray, and we're going to set everything. I feel like I need my stuff. All right, so we're just going to set that really quick. Perfect. And when you set your makeup, you want it to feel like wet. And you just give it a good spray, and then you just don't touch it for a little while, and then it will not move. Like, this is amazing. I've used, which you can find this on my website. And what's the other one that I used that I liked? Great. I can't think of what it's called. But I got it at Sephora, and there's a lot of good ones out there. But back to my hair, like, yeah, it makes me nervous. I just don't want anybody I don't want anybody to cut my hair. But I kind of need it because I can see, like, I need somebody to do it, and I don't feel like doing it myself, because when I cut my hair myself, it does take me a little bit of time. And when I probably sit in the chair and the lady's like looking over my hair and is like, okay, so what are we gonna do? She's probably gonna be like, what happened? Because it's probably not how you're taught at school and anything. I did watch a couple of YouTube videos a long time ago. I might have watched them when I was like, I don't know. But I watched these YouTube videos and I was like, oh, that doesn't seem so hard. And then I just started doing it. I don't suggest that, like, at all, because I have definitely failed. I am part of the group that cut myself bangs because I watched me and my daughter. And I feel so bad because she cried. Like, she cried so bad. Because I watched YouTube and I was like, oh, I got this. I can do this. And nope. I did not go to school for that. I cannot cut hair. But I think I need to trust again, and maybe somebody will wow me and like do good. And there's a salon that I'm looking at that I'm like, I think I want to go there. And I did take my girls there because that sounds like a bad mom. I kind of made them like the guinea pigs. I'm like, okay, you guys are going to get your haircuts here. And, cause I do not cut their hair. I don't. We take them places, but I saw this, place and I was like, okay, you're gonna get your hair cut here. And when I went in, I'm like, oh, I like this. I like the feel. I look at the stylists, like everybody there, because I sort of just, I want to take it all in and I want to see how everybody is. And so yes, I used my daughters as guinea pigs to get their hair cut, and I was like, I think we can do this. I think it'll be okay. Like, it'll be fun. I don't think they cared. They were just like, whatever. I mean, it's decorated really cute, super girly. It's really like a fun environment. So I keep thinking about it, but I just have not picked up the phone to make an appointment. But anyways, guys, this is the finished look. I'm pretty happy with it. I kind of think that I might have been able to do maybe a little, add like a fourth color in my shadow to maybe make it pop a little bit more, but I'm happy with this because it's subtle for the day, and it looks fine. I think it looks really pretty. But I'm also like that. I like to always change things because I'm always like, oh, I could add this. And I like that I didn't add too much liner, but I added enough to where I can tell a difference. I don't know. Maybe you can't tell. I don't know. But I'm going to add some more really quick. But that's it. And you can add it to your top waterline too, but just, I didn't want to do that today, so I just wasn't going to. So we just have that added, and then we're done. So if you guys have any questions about any of the products that I use, whether they're unique or not unique, shoot me a message. I will be so happy to help you guys with anything that you need help with. If you have any questions over like the techniques or brushes I used, because I don't think I named all of them today, but you can also shoot me a message. And I'll try to link as much as I can in the description of the video. So, you know, because when you're looking, it's like you don't always want to send that message, or you forget to send that message. You're just like, oh, it's just a brush, I'll figure it out later. Or, oh, this, that, and the other. But I'll try to link everything. So that's it. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. And if you guys could share this video, that would help out my business so much, and I would so greatly appreciate it. That would be awesome. And I will see you guys in my next live. I think I'm going to try to go live on Saturday. Like I did last Saturday, that was a major fail. So if you tried to hop on with me then, Facebook just didn't want me to go live. I tried 4 times and I just kept freezing. Like my face would just freeze, and then I don't know if it was connection. I really don't know what happened. But I just gave up. But I think I'm going to try to go live again on Sunday. Saturday at some point before we go to church. because I kind of have a cute outfit that I want to wear, and I've been thinking about it since I ordered it, and it came in the other day, so I'm like, yep, I kind of want to wear that to church, and I think I could do a cute like makeup look with it. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off here because I will just keep talking and I don't shut up. But yeah, have a great day again, and I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.